Hey guys, it's me. Welcome back to the Ron Williams YouTube channel. Natural Mr. World, Natural Mr. Universe, Natural Mr. Olympia. I was just thinking about something that was, probably really inspiring to me personally. And I wanted to just kind of share that with you. And it's some of the people that I work with currently and some of the people that I've worked with previously that are trying to decrease body fat. Now, for the last 30 to 35 years, I've worked with a broad spectrum of people. But the people that I'm working with now, my goal is to give life back to them. Some of them are diabetic, some of them have impaired insulin problems, and they just can't seem to lose the body fat. It seems like more people than not want to get rid of the body fat, and it's such a hard thing for them. And so I have a few principles that I want to share with you, and I'm going to give you a few of their stories. I won't share their names with you, but probably next week I'm going to show you some pictures without their faces so that you can see the body transformations that they've made. But one friend of mine, he just couldn't lose the weight, and we sat down and we talked. His doctor got involved, and they were saying, if he didn't lose the weight, that his life was in jeopardy. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, on and on and on, and on about 16 different medications. And with that being said, because I love him, the most important thing to me is not how much money I can make, but how much life I can give to him by just implementing some things. And what we found out is the majority of his struggle was not his physical body, but it was something much, much deeper. Now listen to me. The extra body fat that you're carrying is not really a problem. It is only a symptom of a deeper problem. And there are about 75 different reasons why people carry excess body fat. And if you don't find out which one of those reasons are connected to you and your life, what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut the dandelion down. But as long as the root is still there, the flower is coming back, or the extra body fat is coming back. You may use willpower and just grit and get rid of it. But we've got to find out what caused it. And so we begin to dig really, really deep to find out there were some emotional and some spiritual issues that we were dealing with. And when we finally uncovered those issues, and we dealt with those issues, we were able to decrease the extra body fat. Now I know this video is a little bit different. I'm gonna tell you about a girl that I just currently worked with. She said to be overweight is to be overlooked. She had been raped earlier in life and felt like if she was overweight and obese, that no one would be attracted to her. So subconsciously, she put on all this extra protection. Another situation, a married couple, I sat down and I talked with them, and I found out what she was doing. She put on this excessive amount of body fat. She was a marathon runner, but yet she carried this extra body fat. Her knees are hurting, her back is hurting because of all of the extra weight. But one of the things she found out years prior is that her husband was having an affair and he was into pornography, and it was something that was really offensive to her. She was proud of him for coming clean, but at the same time, it made her feel dirty. And so to keep herself distant from him, she put on layers of body fat. So when they came together, he would never really touch her soul or never really touch her close, because she put layers of body fat between them. And now she wants to get rid of the extra weight. So we sat down, and that's what I do. I counsel people in those areas, and I help them to get rid of the extra body fat. And as a counselor, as a coach, as a pastor, I love helping those kinds of people. And so in this new year, I want you to know that if you're struggling with extra body fat, you've got to look at the root of the problem first. As I said, it's like a dandelion. The dandelion comes up and you can mow the flower portion of it down, but as long as the root is there and it's healthy and it's strong, that flower is coming back. And so we've got to get rid of the root. Don't deal with the surface. Don't deal with just the outside, but we've got to work inside out. Your physical body is extremely important, and some people want to get fit for all the wrong reasons. I want to help people get fit physically and spiritually, emotionally, and financially. And I want you to be one of those people. Now, what does it take to do this? I wrote a book, and I haven't talked to you about the book, but it was a bestseller. It's being sold now on Amazon. And the name of the book is Faith and Fat Loss. Now, this particular book is to those of you that are struggling with obesity and the excess body fat. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about it. I've had this book out for more than 5 or 6 years, but it's really what I do. It's really where my passion is, and that is to help people to be better. If you want to build a nice physique, I want to help you be better. If you want to get rid of the extra body fat, that is why I'm here. A couple of things that you'll find in the book is you'll find the source, several different sources of where the root cause is. And we call some of the cause of the extra body fat soul wounds. It means that deep down inside you've been wounded, and oftentimes we're wounded even as little kids. But when you have a subconscious pain or a subconscious wound, it's stress to the body. And you know as well as I do, when stress is in the body, you release a fat storing hormone that's called cortisol. So if you're working out really, really hard and you're doing your cardio, you've got this cortisol being released, which is a fat-storing, muscle-wasting hormone. All of the cardio that you're doing to lose body fat, it's creating more. And all of the exercising that you're doing to build muscle, it's slowly eating away at it to deteriorate it. So that's one. The other thing you're gonna find in this book is you're gonna find out how to overcome. There's one chapter called Soul Wounds and another chapter called Soul Survivor. The reason why I wrote the book is because my childhood was devastating. I had a lot of soul wounds that I had to deal with before I could become the person that I am today. You're gonna find out estrogen mimickers, what they are, how to detect them, how to get rid of them, because estrogen creates extra body fat. One part you're gonna find out is how to make food a friend and not a foe. Many times we go on diet and nutrition programs and we try to get rid of food. Food is a friend and not a foe, but we've got to know how to handle food. We've got to develop a better relationship with food. And many of us, we just have a bad relationship with food. So you're gonna find that information in the book. Even if you didn't purchase the book and you wanted me to give you a takeaway, one of the things that I would say is one of the most important elements of this book is it teaches you how to look inside yourself and find those soul wounds. Everybody has their own story, and we've all been hurt from one source or another. But to really find the source of what's hurting us and to deal with that source, how to deal with that source, learn the art of forgiving, because when you forgive somebody who has wronged you, it's mainly for you and not them. What do you mean by that? When you forgive them, it's not giving them permission to continue with their behavior. When you forgive them, it's not saying what they did is okay. When you forgive them, you're saying you can no longer affect my life. I release you out of my life. What you did will no longer affect me the way it used to. But by the same token, if you hold on to it, even if that person is dead, they still live on. In whatever act they did against you, it still lives on inside of you. So we've got to get rid of that, because that in itself will create excess body fat. So learning the art of forgiveness is something that you need to dig deep and find within yourself. The other thing is to dig deep and find out and admit the hurt so that you can get rid of it. These hurts will create pride, insecurity, fear, doubt, unbelief, manipulation, lying, cheating, all of those types of things, and they're labeled and numbered in the book. Get it? God bless you.
What you want?